Which brings us to the football field lights, which has been quite an experience. The insurance company, and rightfully so, had to have their expert come out and look at all our ball field lights before they approved anything. And with the winter, it was very hard to get him to do that, but I did get him down on a Friday morning to look at our baseball field, and we had it all set up, had the crane there, and he went up and got up to the first light and went, "Oh my God." And I said, "Well, we tried to tell you that, but that's okay." And so he came back down, and I said, "How many more lights do you want to see?" And he said, "I don't need to see any more." Okay. So we had the crane come down for one light, but that's irrelevant. They had to pay for it. We walked along the softball fields. The sun came out. You could just see it. I mean, they're just completely dented up, damaged. So that was a complete insurance job. When we came to the football field, he says, "Oh, those are different material." I said, "Yes, they are." I said, "They're more of a cast material," but I said, "They sit right in the pocket where this town got hammered with the hail." I said, "And there's no question I've had trouble with them ever since the hailstorm." Well, he had to come back out a different time to look at those because we couldn't get on the track because of snow still melting. We got him down, spent a morning with him, and his report came back that he felt there was no physical damage to the lights at the football field. Which I had told him when he went up there. I said, "I can tell you, you're not going to see any hail dents. You just aren't. I've talked to the company they came from. It's just the makeup. But you can't tell me that 70-mile-an-hour horizontal wind, tennis ball hail, doesn't do something to something on 100 feet up in the air." So I called the electrician down that has worked on it for 25 years ever since I've been here, and we took 2 lights down, and he gave me his assessment of it, and basically took apart their engineer's report, what was wrong with it, why we felt we had damage. To back up a little bit, in the fall of 2008, I did a candlefoot reading on the football field in November at 7 o'clock at night after the season was over. Walked the left sideline, the middle, the right, had a foot candle reading, came out of an average of about 28.85, which is pretty good for as old as the field is. You want to have about 30. After the hailstorm, I did it again last November after the season, and I have a foot candle reading of 13.65. But yet there's no physical damage to the lights. So we've gone ahead and presented our case again. Jean Neppel and I did that last Tuesday in her office at Wall Lake, and the adjuster took it back. We have not heard back. He felt we had gone the extra mile, had the documentation, proven our case. We will not get 100%. I know that. It's not going to happen. I do believe we're going to get a settlement, but I can't tell you how much. But the situation is this: the northwest pole has 2 lights that don't work. I can't get replacements for them. So I'm looking at replacing lights. Well, you can't just replace one pole, because it's just, when the good thing was, and it's not so good for us now, when they bought those back in 1976, they were state of the art. They were the best you could buy at that time. But we all know that was 34 years ago. They've served us very well, but there's no replacements for them. I had 2 competitive quotes. Musco Lighting was more than tickled to death to come out and bid all our fields, and they were glad to do the whole football field for $130,000. No problem. BLI Lighting, who I've done work with for years in our gyms and stuff, I talked to them. We do ball fields, and I asked him to come out, and we can do the same project that Musco was going to do for $67,567. So we do have 2 competitive quotes. The reason I brought this tonight, and I visited with Barb on this, and I visited with Chuck, and I've talked to Chris about this, our window is narrowing. Even though we're just coming into baseball, softball, it takes about 6 weeks to get fixtures. If we put off doing something until June, we're now looking at the end of July. Before we even get the fixtures, now we still got to get that electrician in there, and we got about a 3-week window that you're working around weather and everything else to guarantee that by that first home football game, the lights are up and working. So that's why I felt I needed to bring it to the board tonight. Right now there's 24 lights on the poles in Wall Lake. There will be, if we go with this plan, 48. There will be double the fixtures on each pole. We do not have to do anything with the poles. The poles are fine. We don't have to add any. The only added cost to it, they're going to have to run some extra wire around the field on the track because of the fact we're having more fixtures. We can't go across the football field because of our underground sprinkling system. So we're going to have to go around. So the materials themselves are $29,567. the labor from Lorman Electric on his bid was $38,000.
Does Lorman's bid include that additional wiring?
Yes. He came up and measured what it would take, and so that's why we're looking at 67,567 now. No, I have no concrete evidence of this. I would say that you will get a settlement of no less than $10,000 from the insurance company. Any more than that, I can't promise. I just, anything that I put up for defense for the school district, this engineer in Minneapolis, his mind is set that there's no damage. And I can just tell from his report that it's getting to the point where anything that's got logistical reasons for doing it, he's just not even going to listen to it. His mind's made up. The insurance company listens to him. But the adjuster has been on our side and thought we had a very fair case of damage, and the documentation and the proof of it, and that's why I think we will get something. I just can't tell you what.
What to do about it? What they haven't been hit by the situation before. I don't think the price is too bad. Really.
Well, work's got to be done. Simple as that.
It's better than the 130.
I think we ought to get the material ordered, and we'll go from there. We'll take the settlement from the insurance company. We'll ask the city for a little assistance.
And the city has already been up assisting Lorman with baseball, softball, and it's just a matter of them calling them, and they're right there. I don't see any problems with that at all. They're going to be great with that. If we get this project moving, we possibly, to me, it will save us money in the long run to keep Lorman there if we decide that's who we want to put these lights up. He's already got the crane there. He's already got his workers there. We just go right around the fields and we're done. The problem with letting somebody go and getting them back, everybody's after these contractors like crazy, and there's no guarantee when they'll get back. He knows that we're looking at the football field, and he's willing to make that commitment if we would make that offer whenever we decide to do it. So
do we need a motion on this or anything?
I think we need a motion to order the materials and the work done.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion second to order materials and to get somebody lined up to do the work on the lighting at the football field. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed?
do you want me to get another quote for labor? Are you happy with the two that you have now between Musco and Lorman's, or how do you want me to handle them? The fixtures I can order, that's a phone call.
You've worked with these people before, I think we'll trust you.
They've done a good job with us. I'm just asking you if you're comfortable. If not, then I need to find another electrician. I'll tell you where I'm at. I had Musco's, I had Lorman's, and I actually went and got a third from an electrician in Storm Lake that does ball fields, and I ran into the same situation I had with the gym and SAC. 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I said, just please send me a quote. That's all I want. Well, I've been a little busy. Well, if you're too busy to send me a quote, you might be too busy to do the work, really. So I just kind of dropped that and went the way I did. So if you're happy with Lorman, then I will say something to him. If you want me to do more, I will.
You've worked with these guys enough, I think.
Okay.
You know what you're doing.
Well, Lorman's done quite a lot of work for us.
I think he'll treat it, and you know, he's there. He sees the whole project, and I think he'll do. Okay, thank you.
I have Craig Lutzel's number for you.
Sure.
It's 830.
Why don't you just call in for us?
Yeah. Cell phone then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put this on the phone.
0749.
Yeah.
It's counted down.
0749.
Yeah, 0749.
Cell phone.
I will call that right away in the morning. Mike, are you going to be in Wall Lake tomorrow? Then I'll make sure whatever information I get to Mike, so he knows that, and hopefully we'll get somebody up there. Thank you.